I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna stick with you guys for a few more minutes and read out these comments here. I'm gonna scroll all the way to the damn top. I guess this is it. We're gonna make this a whole different video right here. What you guys are saying about the whole thing with John Campea and him leaving his show to just podcast like on it. Like I said, look, man, maybe he really just hit the wall. I'm not gonna bash him or anything like that, and I'm not. I even got a comment from the John Campea Exposed guys. It's over. I'm not down with the whole make my whole channel about, this, just bashing on something like this. Because now if the John Campea show is over, does that mean that John Campea Exposed is now over? David says, John should never have screwed over Rob and let him go. That was the beginning of the downfall. I heard in another comment section, I don't know if it was on one of my videos or somebody else's channel, that Rob was about to do a panel show. Is that true? Is Rob about to do a panel like the way we do here on the Rundown, the way John and him does it? Hey, BG, I was about to say BG I Studios. Appreciate the sub, man. I was about to say something else. I'm ready to pep you if we have to. Michael back in the chat. It was all a ruse to get out of the studio and go back. Thank you, Tyler, for the sub. Let me wait till that gets out the way and go back to the garage with some dignity. That's a take. Maybe. No, he already converted his garage into a movie room and stuff. It's not like he's going back to the garage. And when you do a commercial real estate, I don't know if they do it month to month there in California. I'm in Texas. I do real estate here in Texas. I don't know what the deal is in California, but I would assume that you're in a year contract. Let me know if anybody knows what's the commercial real estate contract situation for like in California. On reports, I felt like the reason John gives for all the changes are deception. I didn't feel that way until he said what he said about the clips. I make more money with the clips, so it depended on the topic. I've seen some of your clips do 100K views. I've seen them only make 10K views. It depends on the topic. Brianna Jasmine, don't prep me, bro. Yeah, don't tase me, bro. Yeah, maybe I should make that into a sound effect. Don't prep me, bro. Let's see on this one. I feel like Josh says, I feel like the really bad hate stuff was minimum. I read a good majority of the comments, and it was either fans, somewhat behind him, 26% others, with healthy constructive criticism. I mean, it all depends on what your definition of healthy constructive criticism is. In John's mind, it would have been like, John could be at a point where he's like, you don't want to hear nothing from nobody. I built Collider from nothing. And I turned AMC into a god, and now my channel is just as big. And I got Mint Mobile over here, like talking like a WWF wrestler. Cup of coffee in the morning time, yeah. Built my channel from nothing. Was able to reach the heights of Mint Mobile and beyond, brother. And yeah, but you're not gonna tell me how to run my channel. Don't you tell me you miss Rob. He's no longer here. Oh yeah, brother. Cup of coffee in the morning time. Yeah, brother. Maybe this doesn't like to hear it. I just didn't catch the typo. Just rapid changes that hindered the quality of the show. And honestly, his segments vids are making the same amount of views before he ended the live streams. So he just doesn't want to do it anymore. I agree. It was all balanced. Yeah, there's a dip here. Maybe his subscribers dipped there. Yeah, but it was all balanced out, man. It was to a point where, just like every other change, they don't like it for a while. Then a couple of months later, they forget about it. You didn't like it with Ashley, what's her name? Whalen, Ashley left. Then Kimberly came in. I thought the majority of the John Campea fans was going to do to Kimberly what they did to the last black girl. But I was like, damn, she didn't get a fair shake. But when you go back to those old clips and then you watch Kimberly, you're like, nah, she just wasn't. That she was good on camera. Her energy was good. I can't even remember that girl's name, but it was the vibe wasn't right, and people picked up on it right away. So when Kimberly came on, I was like, is John just trying to prove that he's got another black girl with him? I'm like, he's just trying to show that he's about diversity. I appreciate that, But I'm afraid that Kimberly's gonna get treated like the last black girl was gonna get treated. And I was scared, but Kimberly wanted she won us all over, man. She was like and I was so ready to see Kimberly and Chris work together. I wanted to see that. I wanted to see how they work together. But it was like, no. Second Chris was back from her hiatus. It was like, Chris, Kim, your position is no longer required here. Well, the position will be here. You just won't be here. But I think I've seen Kimberly there's another channel called Just My Opinion. I've seen her on that a couple of times. She has her own thing. I forgot what her channel is called. Maybe I should do a run back to her channel and see what she's been up to. I've reached out to Kimberly to see if she would guest on my show. She's like, no. I see you moving to the time slot. You guys asked. I said, should I move the rundown into the John Campea time slot? Now, it being an hour show, we've gone a little bit over an hour. That's not going to be likely. But if you guys are, but I didn't expect this amount of attention. So if you guys like it, hey man, I'll stick around. Owen reports, now that John Campea is gone, you the captain. Oh man, I wish. Did he? I think he did say it's gonna be about 2 years. Yeah, it's true. I would have gone the route of his handing it off to Rob and to Jonathan Voico and Taylor and them, let them do it, and then him coming in every now and then. Hell, on MSNBC, Rachel Maddow had the #1 rated show on that network, and she's only doing it one day out of the week. Now she's doing other things, and she's like, I'm only gonna be here on Monday. That's it, and that's it. Shit. That's what I'm saying. If Fox wanted to just reduce Tucker down to Fridays, they could have did that, but they fired his ass. Let's see. Campea fired Taylor for the CinemaCon GoFundMe because it made John look bad. I heard that theory. I'm not gonna go there. Is my mic better? The mic is so is my wife. So you said the mic is fine. So is Joy. Joy needs to speak the fuck up. Okay, next. He says, Chris, the mic is fine. Joy just needs to speak the fuck up. Okay, all right. Don't be talking about my wife like that. John didn't need the studio to cost $4,000 a month. Does it? Does it cost $4,000? Crashing. Michael's back in the chat room. Someone posted today is the first year anniversary of the studio and lease is up. Oh, okay, that might answer that question. If it was only a 1-year lease, has it really been a year? It feels like it's, wow. Justin D, is it worth paying the rest of the staff if they aren't going to be live? I don't think so. I don't see how. And that's what I was saying earlier. He might have been basing it on views and whatever he gave Rob. I am convinced there's like NDAs because nobody talks. It might be based on what Google would pay him, whatever a certain video would make. If collectively whatever the John Campea show would be making, he already has that factored in how much to cut a guest host or a co-host. And then whatever what was the show called? Weekly Hero was, whatever that would be making. Maybe they would get the lion's share of that. It might have been only based on that, but it obviously wasn't also including, to me, it doesn't feel like it was including the sponsor money at all. Chris says, I'm looking for a replacement for the John Campea show. Looks like this might be it, like the show so far. Man, appreciate you, bro, man. Appreciate you guys for being here. Let me scroll down to the super chats because I always will get to the super chat. I will try to make sure that I read them all out. I'll be the one, says, he sends a $5 super chat. Can't believe this is the end of for John. Would love to know what is really going on. Premature to say rest in peace. He's going to be back, man. He'll be back. Look, Ben Affleck played Batman in the DCEU more after he quit than he did before he quit. Come on, man. Am I wrong? We've seen Ben Affleck as Batman more than any other actor in history. In Bat history. Besides the TV show. In Bat cinema history. He has put that cape on more than anybody after he quit. John will be back. I feel like the John Campea show should end like Marvel movies. John Campea will be back. It's not going to be happening. Jay West says, I thought he should just have shortened the live show to an hour and removed the question format of the show. And if prepping the show was interfering with his personal life. I have just now gotten this show down to where I can prep it an hour, like 2 or 3 hours before I go live. It's not just because my graphics aren't that complex. I've got it down to a science now, but it's my mind. I have an artistic mind. I draw, and I've always been like this. I will create a thumbnail, for example. Let me just, on the thumbnails alone. I will spend way too much damn time on the thumbnails. And I know this is different because I know he has help with all this other stuff. But it all depends on how his mind works. I will create a thumbnail, think I like it. I just did it on this one. And I'll change it at the last second, and I'll take time away from myself when I should have just jumped on the line. I was like 5 minutes late getting on this when you guys were ready for me to start talking. Because my mind was like, oh, I could have did that better, and maybe I have ADHD or something like that. I need some new Adderall. But speaking of Adderall, no, I'm about to trail off again. It could just be the way he's wired, so I'm not gonna ding him for that. But I've just now started to get this down to where I can prep the show a couple hours before we go live. But it used to take me all damn day because I was multitasking and doing 5 things at the same time that I shouldn't have been focusing on. Bill Barclay says, do you think his marriage could be on the rocks or something? I don't care. Or something. Maybe that's the reason it seems odd that he's doing all this stuff now. When I got divorced, I had to check myself and make better decisions, man. I had to make sure that my ass wasn't going off the deep end. The best advice that I got was from my mom's her husband. He's not my father. He is also a divorcee. My boy Heath, he said, you cannot control what they do on their side, what your ex or your future ex is going to be. And I'm not saying that this is a thing. I don't know what's going on with John Campea's personal life. I don't care. But even if, let's say that was the case, you can't control what they do. You can only control what you do. So if that's the case, if we found out a couple of months from now, if that was the case, I'd be like, now that makes sense. So if that was the case with that comment about his mole, the dude that made that comment, would you take that back? Because come on, man. Because it would make a lot of things make sense, but I don't know. I've never even speculated. I think they're a good couple. I think they show their love and appreciation for each other a lot. If it's something that is happening in the personal life, then it ain't. They're doing good as far as not letting it spill off. The fact that you have to ask is an indication of something that they're doing right. It's none of our business. We don't know. Now we just speculating. So the fact that we even have to ask that question tells me that they're doing something right. Like I said, mind your business, baby. Dinosaurs and diversity says John's working on making those babies within. There you go. If he started now, he will be 71 when he's a dad. Hey, it happens. And then the kids can fight like Succession for the rights to the show. Mick clearly says he lying again. He putting that segment back. He lying. You ain't never met no Martin Luther King. I knew that motherfucker was lying. He's gonna put the segment back up. You lying motherfucker. Look at him. Clipping and shit, talking to Ray. Lying motherfucker. I want to see Ray and John get into a play fight on the channel. Like, remember that movie, Harlem Nights? Why you put the orange juice back in the refrigerator with only a swallow in the container? You blind motherfucker. I would like that. That you'll get that on this show. You'll get that. Hux Pops Culture says, hey buddy, just found your channel, just subbed, and yes, good night and sayonara, motherfuckers. Is a great closer. Yeah, man. Better greetings, good night, sayonara, motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here, man. Super chat from Chris. I think I already read this one. I'll read it again. I think John is trying to push people to his podcast, which is fine, but I prefer video form. It's sad to see that John wasn't that the same thing he told AMC? He says, I will work with you. I'll do your blog and this and that and the other, but video. I mean, unless we're really heading towards the future that the Fifth Element came about, where Chris Tucker was on the radio. If technically that's what kind of where it went, right? We went from the telephone, the TVs, to the internet, to podcasts. We're back to radio. I mean, I should have said from the radio to telephone. We went right back to radio. What the hell is going on? Grinding Wombat. I also wondered if the toxicity in the live stream was a factor of him shutting down the live stream. Well, I mean, it could be. I mean, you guys could hurt my feelings. You could, or I could talk about your mama too. No T3 media exposed. You know what? I say this now, but watch. It's the highest form of flattery. All right, then like what, a year now from the future or something, a T3 media is exposed. And then it's just gonna be, then the channel just gonna be me versus them. From yet. Dark Coming Source says, did he think more people would subscribe in order to see his show? You mean probably to the memberships? Probably. That's the only logical step. I mean, it makes sense. You only you trying to nudge people into. I mean, look how he marketed it. It's gonna be great. You just listen to the podcast. I know you won't, because I've heard that a few people only turn on YouTube and just listen. Well, that's how some people mostly do it, because people are doing other things. But I know that if I hear something funny, I'm gonna run back to my phone and be like, what happened? Or what I miss? And I'll rewind it to see what I missed. You can't do that with the podcast. Super chat comes in from Dinosaurs and Diversity. Here we go. All right, here we go. John took the day off when the Queen died because he was emotional. He explained this in the community tab and people made fun of him. He deleted it. He got criticized about his paywall. He deleted it. He's Canadian, and I know that didn't sound right the way I said it, but it makes more sense that people from England and Canada, they have a different opinion overall about the Queen than other people, especially Americans. We were all about Princess Diana. About Dirty Diana, man. I cannot believe she asked Michael Jackson to sing that song. We were about Princess Di. I thought we were going to be about Meghan Markle, but I mean, once you get a little splash into something, it gets rough, because a lot of people don't want to hear that this might be about race. Oh no, okay. The second you bring up race, and everybody gets turned off, and then so she's not going to be the new Diana. So it's all about Diana now. He's Canadian, so I understood that, but I didn't know that they made fun of him. I didn't know anything about that. How I feel about the Queen, how a lot of minorities feel about the Queen. I mean, they were colonized. I mean, we don't give a fuck. But overall, America, we don't give a damn. Like a lot of Americans do. We're like, okay, I mean, it's royal. It's fine. A lot of people love the Queen or the King and all that. I don't, but I get it. Thanks for the super chat. $4 super chat from The Harsh Truth. Oh, here we go. The Harsh Truth. Oh, shit. I think John Campea is secretly the one behind Campea Exposed. You just blew my mind. Why are those clips coming in so fast? Because if they say if you're good at something, never do it for free. That would mean very good observation there. I'll give you a John Campea comment. Good observation there, but that would mean John Campea knows who I am. Papa Bear himself said it's over. There's my sponsorship. I got my sponsorship right there. It's over. That was probably John Campea telling me that you becoming sponsored by the John Campea Show, it's over. That was probably, so if that's true, I'm screwed. John's like, get out of here, man. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button, like, and comment your thoughts on this topic or any topics that you think that we should talk about in upcoming videos. Also, you can follow us at T3 Medias on Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and we also have a T3 Media Studios podcast where we post our movie reviews and episodes of The Rundown. Till next time, guys.